Learn to Love Again. How to Move Beyond the Pain of Heartache. By Jill Washburn. Introduction. I want to thank you and congratulate you for downloading the book, Learn to Love Again. This book contains proven steps and strategies on how to move beyond the pain of heartache and learn to love all over again. Thanks again for downloading this book. I hope you enjoy it. Why I wrote this book. Heartaches, body falls apart and love hurts. This is the universal truth. At some point of time, life takes us to these difficult phases, and you know what? We simply cannot give up. I have wandered the alleyway of love and experienced romance cannot always be on the front burner. The harsh, practical world overcast feelings and romance makes you selfish and put your life into miseries. I have done mistakes. The best part is, I have learned from my mistakes and have overcame the fears of abandonment. During my tough days, I had my guardian angels, in form of humans, that showed me the path to triumph over my poor state. I did exactly same what they said, and miraculously, I have never been so happy in my life as now. I have seen people doing mistakes too. When their love life fails, they become directionless and choose wrong paths. In the process of healing themselves, they actually become victims of depression and desolation. In this book I have summed up all the smart advices and practical tips which will certainly help you forget your pains and learn to love again. After all, love is the most beautiful thing in the world. Why you should read this book. Close your eyes. Take deep breath and imagine serene scenes. Do you find it helpful? I mean, I couldn't see any trace of practicality here. Happy visions come when you are happy. But when you are sad, how on earth can you imagine beautiful things? Those who give these advices, they have no idea what you are going through. Do not worry. My book is not overfed with such unrealistic tips. You can read, absorb and apply every bit of it in real life. In order to save your heart from love aches, you have to find out why love fails. This book is for you if you want to fix up things immediately. This book is yours if you are ready to rectify your faults. This book will tap to your beats if you believe in love. This book is for all those who have failed in love and trying hard to start afresh. The 10 chapters in this book will act as power booster and kickstart your life with a New Zealand perception. I guarantee you will be a changed person by the time you finish up reading. Have a happy reading. Chapter 1, The Psychology of Love and Breakups. You were just walking down the street and at one point your eyes met the eyes of a man who exited his building to smoke a cigarette. And bang! Here and now, your body, mind and soul go mad all of a sudden. Your heart starts pumping like crazy, you can barely breathe. Your eyes just can't let go his eyesight and you feel you are melting. My dear, you've just fell in love. Even if you are not looking for a partner, your brain might be still telling your whole body to fall in love, in order to follow the ancient path of finding a partner and having kids. The question you might ask yourself, and we all ask ourselves, sooner or later, is why that specific person? The answer lies in the psychology of love. As soon as your brain registers a person who fits the predefined perfect partner profile, you will feel some tingles in your stomach. And before you go all "Oh, I don't have predefined profiles," you must know your brain makes one, even if you didn't. We do like certain features in people of different gender, like a specific hair color or height or else, but there are other criteria which make us fall in love with a particular individual. These depend on your educational background, lifelong beliefs and conceptions. Past love experiences also count, as well as the gender role models seen in childhood. Based on all these, your brain makes a profile which is the answer to why did I fall for him/her? People are not aware of these criteria built by the brain and can't understand why they cannot fall in love with a beautiful person who fits all the conscious features. To understand this concept better, let's take an example of this boy called Joe. Joe likes blonde girls, petite and talkative. He also likes to talk about history, so she should have a bachelor's degree or extensive knowledge upon history and live, as a whole. However, his subconscious listed the following criteria: curvy, strong-willed, because he lacks motivation and must be pushed from behind to do things, and non-green-eyed, because all his past relationships with green-eyed girls failed. When he gets to meet a petite blonde archaeology expert, Joe will not fall in love with her, because she doesn't fit his subconscious patterns. This is the source of the friend-zoned phenomenon. And Joe is unable to understand why he can't love the blonde girl. But what is love? This is the most popular topic in the Google search bar, but there are so many theories on the answer that one can hardly find a solid, satisfactory answer. However, depending on whom you ask, you will receive some interesting theories which might explain what happens with your body when you fall in love and then what happens when you need to overcome a tough breakup. For a random person, love is both the best and the worst emotion, as it can lift you up in the sky and then make you fall down, and sometimes more than 2 feet under the ground. Love is great when it is shared, otherwise, all hell breaks loose and you are in the middle of the whole event. The strongest emotion on earth, love, can make one commit murders or suicide for another person, so it can also be a powerful weapon. If you ask Tina Turner, she might tell you that love is a second-hand emotion, and she might be right, partially. But what scientists say about love? What are their definitions upon this contradictory feeling? To start with a light view, and a highly subjective one, let's see what a great novelist has to say about love. For Jojo Moyes, 2-time winner of the Romantic Novel of the Year award, love is the engine of great stories. The author defines the feeling as the essence of all things which we do in life. She also sees love as being a basic need for humans. Kids and adults who are deprived of love can turn to deviant behavior. Love is the drive for romantic stories, but can also lead to great dramas when it ends abruptly or when a third person becomes involved in the relationship. So, for the author, love is everything in life. From the opinion of a romantic novelist, let us jump to the opinion of a nun. In the eyes of the Church, love is the greatest blessing for humans. It cannot be valued, but it costs us dearly. It is a theological virtue and is promoted by God in the Holy Book. In the eyes of the Church, love is equal to self-sacrifice, which reminds all the believers of the supreme sacrifice made by Jesus on the cross. A nun was asked about her opinion on what is love. She also noticed the paradox about this emotion: it is free, but comes in short supply. Moreover, it can bond two people beyond death. The most scientific explanation comes from a biophysicist, as love comes from the brain and is made of a particular mix of happiness hormones. In other words, love is pure chemistry. Although it is all in the brain, we call love affairs of the heart. One falls in love due to chemistry and hormones, which are controlled by the brain, but the process of letting go can be harder to understand, despite the fact that it is only the reverse of the initial process. When you fall for someone special, the brain releases a cocktail of hormones which make you feel euphoric in a fifth of a second. The hormone cocktail, made of happiness hormones, is similar to cocaine and has the same effects on one's mind. So, it is true what they say, you look like someone has drugged you. Yes, when you fall in love, you are drugged. Love is a primary neurological condition, like hunger and thirst, but with a longer lifespan. When you fall in love, the brain stimulates the glands to release particular amount of dopamine, norepinephrine, vasopressin, oxytocin, serotonin and pheromones, which form the background for that special bond between the couples. When it is all about desire and sexual attraction, the brain plays with the basic sexual hormones, the testosterone and the estrogen, but the cocktail will soon be absorbed, after the passion is consummated. The other cocktail, which contains multiple hormones, lasts longer and promotes the basic function of all creatures: form families and raise kids. The love chemical cocktail is a survival tool, if seen from this perspective. Studies revealed that 12 parts of the brain are involved in the process. However, one must not confuse sexual desire with love, as these two are different states and act differently on the brain, although researchers found they are overlapping in some areas of the human brain. Both feelings involve motivation, which explains why you lose your motivation when you face a breakup. Multiple types of love. And even when you clearly love someone, you can love in different ways. The ancient Greeks and the Romans were the best on defining the multiple types of love. Philia, according to this, love is the feeling you have towards a family member or a person who was near you during hard times. Soldiers are bonded with this type of love after they participate in the battle together, but close friends also enjoy this type of love. It involves a considerable amount of touching, but it is non-sexual. Ludus, this type of love involves flirting, and it is the love teens experience, which is playful, nice and shallow. Pragma, it is a type of love in which a mature feeling gets developed in a strong bonded couple. It involves passion, as well as commitment, compromise, trust and understanding. Ancient people also had a word for generalized love, the type one feels for the whole humanity, and it is sometimes mixed up with patriotic feelings. Philautia is the egocentric love, the type of love you need to feel for yourself, in order to be able to love someone else. Without self-love, there is no other type of love. So you might say loving yourself is the essence of love and drives the whole emotional process between humans. Finally, eros is the flash desire, the love for the body, which consumes itself, like a big fire. Without another type of love, a couple just cannot be able to resist in time, based on eros only. One important fact you need to notice is that you cannot experience all these types of love with a single person. This is why humans are built to live in communities. If you experience all of these types of love with the same person, you should probably check with the local doctor. Liking versus love. As we've seen earlier, there is a strong difference between loving someone and liking someone, but most people are unable to spot out the difference. This, combined with a unique soulmate theory, can lead to a wide range of love life issues. And most common of them is mistaking love with liking. It is further complicated by the fact there are multiple types of love, siblings love, special friend love, etc. According to researchers, a couple's love is made of 3 ingredients: caring, attachment and intimacy. If one of these is not involved in the relationship, you must know you are dealing with a frenzy case of liking a person, and that you do not love him/her. Attachment, as well as bonding, is required to gain the trust and care of your partner. After the bond is made, the relationship will evolve to intimacy, and then you are likely to care more for the other one's welfare, needs and happiness, at least as much as you care for your own. Acknowledging the breakup. When you've just closed the door behind the love of your life, you become overwhelmed with feelings. Women usually cry a lot, while men just grab the gaming console. But in a couple of days, they both feel the same. And that same element is a horrible feeling, something that makes you feel that the sky and the earth collided on top of you and made you a zombie, a grieving corpse which wanders around, purposeless and aimless. The pain you feel in your entire chest is so strong that you might grab a kitchen knife and take out that aching bastard out of your heart. Some feel the need to get comfort from food and start to overeat, while others just dive into work or play, but the feelings are still there at the end of the day. And the nights, oh, the nights. They are even worse, as this is when your entire body is grieving for your loss. There are many people who even fall ill with inexplicable fever or other symptoms, which medicine cannot cure. Depression is a reality after a breakup, so things can get 10 times worse than they are now, if you don't do anything about it. All the above and even more, are the symptoms of a broken heart, which can be shattered into pieces by a painful divorce, a simple breakup, or the loss of the loved one by death. Although it is said that men are from Mars and women are from Venus, they both suffer after breakups. even if they were the ones who initiated the process. Losing love is important for everyone, as loving someone makes you feel worthy and gives you a different view upon life and everything around. When this love is gone, it leaves a huge empty space behind, which can hardly be filled up. And the worst of all of this is that you feel you will never be capable to love again, which means you lose hope. And when a human loses his/her hope, things go really bad. But the good news is that help is not lost for good and broken hearts can be mended. The challenge of resuming your life after a breakup is overwhelming and takes a lot of time, patience and energy, but in the end, you can overcome the loss of love. And after a couple of years, you will probably be able to love again. However, the loss of love is quite painful as you lose a lot, as your loved one walks away. First, there is confidence. No matter how strong you deny it, you will lose a small amount of self-confidence when you suffer a breakup. When you are in a relationship, the love you share with your partner gives you a confidence boost and makes you stronger, especially in the case of women. For both Martians and Venusians, being in a relationship is a confirmation of their sexuality and their power to attract people of the opposite sex, and this is prominent, on subconscious level, in all the things we do. From the way we walk on the street, to the way we tackle a tight deadline project at work. Confidence also brings us more fame and money, as people are drawn to a self-confident person. A second benefit of being in a relationship is that you feel secure and you gradually allow your true personality to shine. In most people, this is great, as love can really bring out the best in us. When you break up, all these suddenly disappear. So you feel lost. Because having a relationship means dealing with a certain degree of routine and things you know. So, the challenge of diving into the unknown future, without your loved one's support is frightening. Just like each person is unique, each relationship is unique and hence, each breakup is unique, so you cannot say been there, done that and be sincere. You haven't been there, as this is a new breakup. Totally different from the one you experienced a couple of years before. Another aspect which makes people scared of breakups is the lack of guidance. Even the best therapist can't tell you what to do after your beloved partner has left. By the way, being alone again is another scary thing you must acknowledge, and people are built to live in groups and pairs, so you are entitled to feel out of place. The process of overcoming a breakup is similar to the process of grieving. It cannot be speed up and is divided into multiple stages. First stage is acknowledgement of the event. If you were the one who wanted the breakup to happen, acknowledging it will be easier, but if you were the one who was left behind, things will be painful. Never try to deny your new single status, embrace it and the pain which comes with it, as this is the only way to move on. Think of your breakup like a window. You must close the window, or it was closed by a violent storm. Get used to the new light adjustment in the room and with all the changes that take place as you close the window. If needed, you also clean the tiny glass pieces from the carpet. Then you open the door and get outside to greet the new beginning and watch the sunrise. This is how a breakup works. You were in love with your partner. You've spent wonderful moments together, but you two were meant to spend your lives with other people. Destiny brought you together to signal something, to teach you both or one of you a lesson, and then you had to break up. Because your true soulmate is out there, waiting for you to find him. Call it destiny, God's will, anything, but this is how things happen in life. If you don't close the window, you can't enjoy the sunshine when you open the door. A bad divorce experience can open your path towards a fruitful life with another person, a life filled with joy, kids, pets and tears, but at a whole new level. In fact, if you ask brides and grooms, how they know he or she was the right person, they might get to hear the answer that their relationship was on a different level than all the other love affairs they had before. Chapter 2: Why are breakups so hard to deal with? Now that you know how tough love can be, you must learn why it is so easy to fall in love and so hard to let it go, especially when everything ends. Kissing was found to have an important role in the development of the relationship, as it can strengthen the bond between the partners and alter the quality of it. On the other hand, the same study didn't show significant results in terms of intercourse frequency and relationship satisfaction. This is because a kiss can be easily improved, so that both partners can feel the same amount of pleasure doing it, while a physical relationship can fail for one of the partners and alter the satisfaction gained from the relationship. This might mean that you or your partner broke up because you didn't manage to find a common ground when it came to the physical side of the relationship. Being in love doesn't guarantee the success of a kiss or a physical attraction, nor does it guarantee the success of the whole relationship. So you could be in love with your partner, but you might have estranged due to physical incompatibility or lack of satisfaction. The biology of breaking up. For few days and weeks after the breakup, midbrain undergo changes in the ventral tegmental region. This region is known to control motivation, reward and is responsible for romantic love. Craving, addition and feeling of compensation originates from dopamine hormone, nucleus accumbens and prefrontal cortex. The insular cortex and anterior cingulate is associated with distress and physical pain. Why do you revisit bad memories? Secrets unearthed by scientists. Bad memories of past experience can leave you psychologically scarred for life. But the good news is that now you can erase those disturbed feelings and heal depression. The eternal sunshine of spotless mind actually has strong relevance in practical life. Neurologists have discovered which brain circuits connect emotions to past memories, and significantly, how to overturn the attachment. Let's leave apart our sad love life for a while and consider a general instance. If you are struck at an isolated isle in a dark night, you get terrified. That terrified memory will prohibit you from visiting the same island again. On the contrary, if you had a great vacation with your close mates in some virgin island, you won't hesitate to visit that lonely land even at night. In addition, you will recall that sweet memory time and again to relish the experience. So, the point is that our emotions are a reflection of past memories. Recalling memory is a creative process and not a mechanical process like playing a tape recorder. As mentioned above, memories are made of numerous elements. They are stored in various parts of the brain. The location, time of the event etc. are stored in hippocampus cells, while emotions attached to that part of memory can be found in amygdala. It has been proved that by exciting the neurons linked with the opposite emotion, the original feeling attached to the memory can be reversed. This means, you will become more relaxed in the situation where you were tensed previously and vice versa. The switching of memory from positive to negative and negative to positive can actually be made possible now. Isn't it intriguing? In optogenetics, the pulses of blue light are used to trigger the brain cells into firing. Previously, it was revealed from studies that memories change eventually as recalling process blurs and never occurred events wander our minds. Behavioral therapists have to rewire patients to that event in order to refresh their memory. But, this amazing new discovery has figured out which brain circuits are accountable for negative and positive emotions and how to reverse them. Your favorite summer beach may lose its favoritism after you witness a swimming tragedy. Similarly, the sparking first date memories with your beloved may take off badly when relationship gets bitter. The scientists and neurologists are very hopeful about finding out a cure for stress disorder and depression without any medicines. It's not something you can order next week, but the process is not the way to revamp your mental state. Isn't this much of a reason to feel better? Why some people react to breakup so badly? The pain is so severe that you feel you will die. The degree of pain may be what forces some rejected lovers to go to any extent and do anything that will heal the hurt. This comprises of a heap of unhealthy and unethical stuffs ranging from threatening ex-partner, showing excessive anger, bashing group of people, and the list continues. The biggest mistake they make is to haunt their ex-partners. Activation of addictive behavior in response to breakups fuels such behavior. One thing needs to be realized before time, that optimism and pessimism are natural features. Some are more optimistic naturally and some are more pessimistic in nature. I don't know why, but I am sure that this develops early in life. Maybe optimistic nature springs up when we are happy kids and all our wishes fulfills. Pessimists are those whose childhood was not that sparking. The central idea is that we all are different. The earlier we realize it, the better off we are. How many times you get upset because someone didn't behave the way as you expected? If you are pessimist, your expectation from others is very low. As a result, your demeaning self-confidence and ambition will make your partner unhappy. You do not actually have to give any effort. You complain that you haven't done anything wrong, yet your partner left you. Being optimist, your expectations from others naturally grows higher. This means, slightly different behavior from others will make you upset. Especially, if that person is your closest one, it tends to hurt more. Thus, in the examination of meeting your expectations, your partner really has to work hard and eventually loses the vitality and spark. This naturally infuses elements of boredom in relationship. So, whether you are an optimist or pessimist, hard time will surely knock you down. Early life influence breakup handling capacity. Attachment styles that come out early in life persuade how one handles breakup later in life and his or her reaction to those breakups. People with a safe attachment style, whose caregivers are normally responsive, inspires a feel of trust that whenever they need their caregivers, they will be always around. These people presumably come up to breakups with psychological honesty. This means, they hint their partners about anything they do not like or any transformation in their feelings, without being very hurtful. A secured person who is at the receiving end of breakup acknowledges that staying without their partner is a big loss and it hurts, but they hold the capability to accept it normally. Undeniable series of broken dreams will haunt them certainly, but their way of expression that pain is brushed up by subtle dose of reasonability, which helps in healing and moving on quickly. People with incoherent parental attention during childhood days find it appropriate to try keeping a not working relationship rather than suffering the pain of breakup. The fearful person is less likely to take the initiative of breaking up. More commonly, they like to hang on and become intrusive in the relationship. If the person is in the receiving end of breakup, his or her insecure childhood attachment style leads to poor reactions. They are more likely to chase their ex-partners, and sometime end up sleeping with them. Their poorly designed defense mechanism refuses to admit that it is over. As a result, this preludes healing time. They languish on for their lost love, which gives them some hope of relief. Low self-esteem equals to worse breakup reaction. Low self-esteem is the root of several poor behavioral patterns. They take rejections in the worst way. These types of people like to blame themselves for everything that happened and rails against the one who rejected. The level of cortisol hormone, which is accountable for stress, increases. Such reactions to negative response often build damaging coping tactics. Staying home all alone day after day or remaining emotionally cut off from new partners are some of the few examples. That doesn't mean people having high self-esteem are resistant to distress in facing love life rejections. Whether they are the rejecter or at the receiving end of rejection, they will hardly blame the lion for the split. They know how to continue seeing themselves under the golden ray of fresh sunlight in spite of the brush-off. General self-regard has a great deal of impact in helping us to bounce back from breakups or stagger in the pool of gloominess. Chapter 3: What goes wrong with the right couple? There are people who love fighting. Sounds weird, I know. I have seen people deliberately looking for a chance to shoo away anxiety via catching up a fight. When things at home are not going on well, thumping some bloke in a Ruby match feels like a great release. Later, moving to clubs and pubs and the way to let loose is again picking up a fight. Well, this is the effect of the cause. But in this chapter we are going to find out the root of the cause. Couple being mirror opposites is a good thing, right? Haven't you heard, opposite poles attract? It is really does magic in Shakespearean love theory where love grows within first few meets. But in long run, it's not magic but compromising and understanding capability that work. Let us peep into an example of a couple with striking contrasts. He was active. She was passive and lazy. He has high blood pressure. She has low blood pressure. He was controlling. She was easily carried away. He used to outburst emotions. Her emotions were cold. He was self-seeking, according to her. She was too much concerned about others' matters than minding her own business, according to him. He used to express anger. She preferred withdrawing in silence. He loved narcotic effect of marijuana. She loved stimulation of alcohols. He was robust and muscular. She was delicate and slim. He was dominating. She was submissive. In spite of all these dissimilarities, they were moving on quite well with their relationship. Whether it is relationship or material, everything has two poles. Pair of opposites makes a set and are alike in nature but in dissimilar degree. Extremes meet and create histories. Truths are nothing but half-truths and all paradoxes can be prepared to accept. Then what went wrong? Romeo becomes Moriarty and Juliet becomes White Witch. Your eyes met. You sensed he is watching you, even though whenever you look toward him, he seems to be busy in conversation. Again eye connection occurs transiently and both of you looked away quickly. Still your feeling about each other's presence is very intense, although the room is jam-packed with guests. He shoves towards you maybe by chance. Then he takes the attempt to mingle in the group you are in. A sense of relief surrounds you as you are assured it was not just from your end. Oh. Wow. This means the feeling is mutual. You started conversing, he offers you a drink. You are tensed, what if he does not return? But, here he comes. Double relief. You found common interests, disliking and laughed at stupid jokes, secretly imagined each other without clothes, you started going out on dates and the relationship goes on. The excitement and spark when you see each other, the games, the tingles, the touches, the insecurities wrapped up in wines, lengthy calls, crazy love stuffs like dancing with no music, slurping the same thread of noodle, frequent SMSs, letting your friends know about the relation, not caring much about parents' approval, the initial uneasiness of the first time lovemaking. And from there, a committed relationship starts. Sooner or later your honeymoon period is going to get over. It can take months or years and the relationship starts showing signs of wear and tear, trust damages, communication is lessened to data downloading, silences or expressions of anger starts coming under the limelight frequently. The make-up intimacy time reduces. Doubts and blames originate and is justified from both ends. Extra financial stress, dependability and addictions come to play vital role. Cleanliness issues, jealousy, household chores, unrealistic expectations from others start popping up. Sex turns out to be a make-up or patch-up mechanism, otherwise it has no existence. Both individuals withdraw into a crack of bitter hurt and antipathy between periods when it may appear all is well. The once loving and caring words are replaced by verbal abuse. The romantic Romeo becomes the villain and the beloved Juliet turns into a wicked witch. Your world was once filled with promises, can appear like a harsh hell now which you never thought you deserved. This critical situation can remain for months, years or for the rest of your life. What happens to a relationship that ruins all its goodness in such a short time frame and everything seems so bad? Why does the sweet honeymoon phase do not last forever? Why does the person we once loved become the most hated person in the world? If you minutely observe relationships, you will observe that two people are together not just because they uttered the vow. They started going out and from that point they couldn't separate due to the feel of hurting the other. They find it to be the most cost-effective way to live. It's the home they fear to break. They fear to adopt new things. Religious ideologies. For the children. Compelled for job scenario or financial issue. Fear of the society's reaction. Staying alone is tougher. It has not gone that bad or no other viable option. But because they possess a genuine and deep desire to help each other grow spiritually, plus they feel inspired and uplifted in their partner's presence. Now say honestly, where your relationship falls, in the bulleted points or in the later because explanation. Why puzzle gets so complex? What happens at the outset of the honeymoon phase of relationship is that we think we have discovered the missing piece of our interpersonal relationship puzzle. It feels like you have found the person who completes you. Till meeting the Mr./Miss Right you felt so incomplete. You are overjoyed with the completeness in the beginning. Everything seems more than perfect. So, what? Do this means you have found your soulmate? Rather this shows your lack of completeness as you are relying on someone else to complete you. If you are shy, you look for someone who is outgoing and seems confident. If you are emotionally reserved, you search for the partner who can openly express emotions and shows warmth in their behavior. If you are driven by A-type personality, someone who is negligent can illuminate your flame of romance. With the passage of time, as you mature and change, the pieces of the puzzle do not fit as easily and lovingly as before. Naturally, you blame the other person for changing or not changing at all. Where is that person who you couldn't wait to see? Whose touch drives you wild with desire? For whose message you eagerly used to wait for? Whose opinion you valued above everyone else? Now, you feel that not just the pieces fetched by your partner are ill fit, but also you alone can no more fit into the same puzzle box. The cruel misapprehension is that you projected what you wanted onto your partner and your partner did the same. The realization crushes sweet bombed when you discover the person is not what you believed him/her to be. Why you are angry? Well, just because your partner is not what you wanted him or her to be. They couldn't support your unresolved and weak aspect, for this reason you are angry. But why should they be the way you want them to be? Yes, they were once but now they are secured and wish to be their own self holding your hand. This is probably the worst time to misunderstand your partner. The nature of duality. When the honeymoon era gets over, someone has to make the bed. And then originates the nature of duality. The whole universe works on the principle of duality. It is a balance-seeking method. Day-night, right-wrong, sun-moon, contraction-expansion, water-fire, wet-dry, positive, negative, acid-alkaline, was-peace, balance-imbalance, cold-hot, white holes black holes, matter-antimatter, individual-collective, subtraction-addition, left-right, yin-yang, anode-cathode, active-passive, male-female are only a few examples among many in our universe. The driving forces in the universe are the push and pull between opposites. It affects all things in creation from the biggest galaxy to the smallest atom. If we peek into ancient teachings, we will find we originate from one Adam and became to when Eve was formed. All physical, emotional and psychological dysfunction has its inception in imbalance. Even God created his polar opposite in Lucifer. We also do the same. We create our own planet of polar opposites and then struggle again to become one. Relationships are all about welcoming the opposites of other, in an attempt to bring equilibrium in ourselves. Intimacy and sex. If you listen to the word carefully, you can break down the word intimacy into 3 separate words: intimacy. In other words, it means, intimacy requires you to see into other person's soul, being entirely non-judgmental and holding unconditional acceptance of your partner. Love, by nature is purely unconditional. You cannot love someone and want them to change. Instead of thanking for what they are, you focus on what they are. Miss the part, what your life would have become if they weren't there to hold your hand then. Why do we crave for intimacy? All of us long for this wonderful feeling of complete acceptance and dedicate greater share of time and effort in pursuit of this frequently indefinable goal. Once our basic need of food and shelter fulfills, we all long for intimacy. It is what impels us into serious relationships and deficiency of which break our heart into pieces. Along the way, you get confused, especially men get confused. Men actually believe that what they are looking for is just sex, but in reality they are into something infinitely more than just sex. It is not to say that every time men need sex because they want intimacy, but the desire for sex often gets mixed with the yearning for intimacy. Intimacy does not essentially equate sex. It may comprise a part of it, but it is very much possible to be only intimate and not sexual. In fact, every sexual therapist teaches couples intimacy as the lane to more satisfying sex, whereas people usually do sex to grow intimacy. When it doesn't, you feel empty and blame your partner or rush off to find another partner in a hope that they will fill up the emptiness. Usually men look for sex in order to have intimacy, while women hunt for intimacy to have sex. If you are the type of person who longs for sex with every Tom, Dick and Harry or Mum, Brit and Carrie, you might find out what it is you are really looking for. It is only a desire to flatter and conquer? Is it just physical craving? Or is there a deeper want you can never seem to fulfill? While searching intimacy, what you look for is wholeness or wholewiness. The desire triggers your need to have relationships, hoping that by doing so you will be able to find the lost you. When there is argument or imbalance in relationship, sex is often the prime and first thing to reduce or disappear completely. When a man is not feeling complete as a man due to job insecurity, not contributing enough to the income, or was made to feel inadequate by his partner, he will not feel worthy enough of sex with his partner. The stronger and more confident men love to do sex by a greater percentage. When a woman is frustrated or offended with her partner, sex is commonly the first tool she withdraws to make her anger felt silently. Chapter 4, The Practical Guide to Overcome a Breakup. Do you think breakup means end of relationship? Life after a breakup will be emotional, uninteresting and difficult. Most of you will say yes, and this is very true, as it is not so easy to forget all the good times and bad times experienced in the relationship. Moving on indeed becomes difficult. But breakups are becoming common in our society. People hardly think twice before breaking their partner's heart and end up easily. But, as mentioned before, sometimes breakup happens for good purpose. To do the good, whether you take the initiative to break up or your partner, the sudden change of habits and new adaptations certainly takes time. I could have made these lines extremely emotional and wrapped up in tears, projecting you as the victim, being ditched. But my intention is to give you strength to fight back those weak emotions and come up with a sparkling zeal for a brighter tomorrow. Steps involved in the healing process. First step, understanding that this is a time-taking process. Being in a serious and long-term relationship, it will take time to recover from the breakup. For some it takes weeks, and for few it may last for years. Hope is the main reason behind the enduring healing process. You have to kill your hope of reuniting with your ex. The faster you kill your hope, the shorter the healing process becomes. So, the first step in healing process is that you have to hold patience. Give more time to improve yourself so that you can recover emotional scars. Second step, understanding that you are not the sole being in this planet to experience such feelings. Always think like this: there are millions of broken-hearted individuals among the population of 7 billion who are going through the same condition as yours. You have to understand that you are not an alien, and the emotions that you feel right now are quite normal. So gladly embrace them without feeling restless over the thought that you are not well. The second step also involves crying. Embracing your hard feelings will automatically roll down tears from your eyes. Pouring out your feelings is a good idea, as it will help you to become lighter. Third step, hide things which disturb or reawaken harsh emotions. Take down pictures, wall hangings, images and all other things which reminds you of your ex. Hide gifts, burn letters, delete contact details, remove from social networking sites and permanently block every possible attachment that comes to mind. If you want to get rid of your sad past quickly, this is best way. It is hard but you have to follow the steps. Fourth step, making a timetable comprising of daily activities. Eat and sleep well is the most important and universal suggestion. Sound sleep has psychological reasons behind the power to forget. That doesn't mean you will resort on sleeping pills. Try to get sleep naturally. Balance your timetable with variety of activities. Say for example, if you are an office goer, do not skip your office at any cost. Keep time for extracurricular activities like go to swimming, visit gym regularly, go for bicycle ride, long drives with friends, plant trees and heaps of other interesting stuffs to do in this beautiful world. Fifth step, finding out what you like. What was the last time you were completely you without having to please anyone? This is the best time to nurture your hobbies. Well, if you do not have a hobby, find out one. Maybe you always wished to learn guitar in your high school days and wanted to have your own band. Or maybe you wanted to buy a whole lot of dresses and foods whenever crossing from the shop. Get down and shop unlimitedly. This tip is especially for girls. What I suggest is to go through your childhood scrap books and discover if the choices and tastes still match or not. This will be a real fun stuff. Sixth step, enjoying quality time with people who still love and care for you. Families are all-time friends and friends are more than families. This means you have one heck of a reason to enjoy quality life. Mingling with near and dear ones will help you forget the bitter past quickly. Spend more time with them and speak up openly. Although, they cannot help much but they will always be there to listen to your feelings. Moreover, if you were involved in a long zero-term relationship, there are possibilities that you haven't really spent good time with your friends and family for a long time. This is the right time to share some warm feelings with them. Seventh step, accepting that it is over. Your reincarnation process completes with your acceptance of the fact that it is over. After going through the 6 steps, the 7th step will be easier and it will hardly take anything to accept that the relationship has ended and it's time to move on. You will realize at the end that whatever happens is for good. Power-packed phrases to help you get over. 1. I love myself more than anyone else. It works if you believe it. According to therapist, self-love is the best form of love. This makes us solely responsible for our actions, choices and expectations. We cannot offer something to someone which we do not have. Similarly, we cannot get anything from anyone who does not possess it. I am sure you couldn't agree more. Loving yourself will make you the master of your feelings, not some lunatic who breaks your heart with a SMS. 2. I wanna be happy. Do you? Seems like a dumb question, isn't it? Of course, everyone wants to be happy. The problem is, many times we overshadow happiness under stupid priorities. You let little stuffs frustrate you, you complain all the time and blame for anything and everything. These things show you are intentionally spoiling the quality of your life. In reality, happiness needs very little effort from your end. Cross-questioning yourself, am I happy or not? Is a great way to be happy because most of the time your heart and brain will speak out yes you are happy. Try to see things differently. You couldn't go to that Thanksgiving party. Does that really ruining your life? You are single again and have no one to share intimate moments. Isn't it making you stronger and more self-dependent? Let me share a trick approved by researchers. Hold your mouth and smiling positing. This will reduce anger and balance heart rate after a nerve-wracking situation. 3. I hated his/her dumb appearance. Remember the most annoying thing about your partner that always disturbed you, but you never confessed to yourself because of your deep, mad love. Well, it is time to spill out all the dust. Remove you love goggles and genuinely find out your ex's flaws. Starting from haircut to toenails, you have a lot many things to hate actually. By doing this, you will realize that your ex was not that fabulous or perfect and you deserve a lot better. This will help you forget your pain faster. Several psychological topics often discuss about the fact that representing strong negative feelings about your ex in the immediate outcome of the breakup will not let you be depressed. 4. Let him/her go to hell. Cursing and slangs are always a big no in our civilized society. But instead of going to any dreadful extent to forget your failed love, it is better to resort on cursing and slangs. Bad language, in such situations can be life-savior. I am not the only one who says so, but neurological reports and several medical manuscripts have revealed the same. Utter it, shout it loud, whisper it, let it go off. This will soothe your pain miraculously and you will also get to feel that you are not the victim. 5. I feel better without him/her, because. Fill up the sentence within fraction of seconds with whatever comes to your mind first. I am sure you have 1001 reasons to be happy without your ex. You can do complete mess up to your home. You can eat pizza with beer. Or you can those sexy miniskirts now anywhere. Once you get over, the first thing to do is what you haven't done for all these days, but desperately wanted to do. Now you do not have that bossy attitude or suspicious finger to stop you from doing your favorite things. So, all the best guys. 6. It's not been a month we broke up, and I already feel. Another quick fill-up bank for you. Just be honest and fill it up with what you really feel. This sentence can actually be customized. For those who have broken up a month ago, this line fits them aptly. But if you are in your weeks or more than 1 month, you can replace it according to your status. The prime aim is to feel that after your breakup you feel more good, confident and liberated. This is to keep you in present moments and stop you from staying in past. It is obvious to be sad and heartbroken. But the intensity of pain will be lessened and you can track your progress. If something doesn't feel right, just don't do it and do what feels right. This is a compare and contrast process where you will discover that the time you are spending alone is so much better in so many ways than the phase you spent with your ex. 7. I deserve someone better. These words are very commonly used but are the hardest task to do, especially when you believed your ex was your soul mate for all these days. You have fabricated sweet dreams with him/her. But trust me, we all have been through this phase where we have uttered "I deserve better," be it in terms to life, a partner, grades in school or better career. Because we believe it from heart that we can make our life a lot better. When you lose your lover, you will find someone far better than your ex in recent future. Mark my words. I may sound vague right now, but this is inevitable. Someone is waiting for you who will treat you well, love you, be kind to you, and most significant part is he/she will not break your heart. Practical words of warning. Feeling severely depressed? Do not take any drastic step. Instead of that, run to your close ones like family and friends to help you out and comfort you. Low self-esteem develops during certain stages and people make wrong decisions like suicidal attempts and self-demolition. But if you bank on your family member and close friends to share your grief, you can avoid such activities guided by low self-esteem. Does it feel like ruining your ex's life? Do not ever think of that. Now you are sad. By harming your ex you will become the psychic criminal. Always remember that the sad feeling in your heart is not going to last forever. This is a temporary stage and will pass off soon with time. But destructive activities can make permanent scars and blockage in your career and life. By doing so you are actually closing your doors for a better future. Feeling lonely and looking for one-night stands? Loneliness really sucks. But that doesn't mean you will hook up with random fellows just to have one-night sex or enjoying the company of opposite sex temporarily. You may feel good for the time being, but it will make you sick aftermath. Moreover, random sex is never suggested for medical hygiene and safety. In the method of overcoming your breakup, you never want to end up catching a deadly disease. Do you? Chapter 5, How to Find Love Again. If your relationship has ended up badly, you might be panicky of dipping your toe in the dating pool again. You could think that you will never find love again, or love is not for you, and all blah blahs. Maybe you have made yourself the unlucky creature who ruins love that comes to you. Relationship therapists have observed patients saying that they have lost all hopes and they cannot find love anymore. But they have also suggested and cited examples that it is absolutely possible to find a better relationship powered by fulfilling partnership and deeper emotions. Those who say they are too filled with love for their ex, have lost all their energy or fueled up all their loving emotions. This fact is for them. Around 71% of divorced singles have found love again. In fact, love has very little to do with luck. There are methods and scientific reasons which shows how to get into a new and happier relationship again. You have to work inside out. Before embarking on a new relationship, stress on the significance of working on your own beliefs, behaviors and emotions. The journey from self-belief to a newer, better relationship. Let's start with quick 6 steps to begin with. First step, fine-tuning expectations. Forget everything you have learned from your past relationship. Consider you have to start from ABC. Holding unrealistic myths and impractical expectations can fuel you up for frustration and depression. Frustrations and anxiety are biggest enemies of happiness. They can easily defeat your happy elements, leaving you miserable. I believe romantic movies are to be blamed to some extent. A man will know looking into her beloved's eyes what she wants. These sorts of statements coming out from favorite celebs spark up impractical expectations in real life. No one is eye reader or mind reader. So, do not expect that your partner will know all that you are thinking without having you to tell anything. Keep it simple. You need something, ask it. I fall in love with you every day and can praise you every time. How can you fall in love with a person you are already in love with? Deep bonding gives a different feeling altogether. It grows with time, knowing and spending time with each other. You know you have him/her in your life and do not ask for proofs. Another common myth associated with finding love is that you will meet the right person in the right time. So, you should actually halt after your first relationship failure and do not jump into dating. While science says, right time never comes. You have to make time right. Validating a specific time frame for going to the next relationship is baseless. Everyone is unique. Some may date right after the end of their relationship and few take more time to start afresh. Second step, emotional detachment from previous relationship. The cleaner your slate is, the faster you proceed. Singles who do not feel anything for their ex-partners, more possibly find love again. Emotional detachment and complete separation from past love life has been very fruitful in finding new love. If you remain attached to your past affair, you will never be able to stay in the present moment and truly trust someone else. This will entrap you in the cycle of negativity. The load of emotional baggage has to be carried by everyone. The trick lies in keeping your baggage light and weight. One procedure to attain emotional balance is by releasing your emotions in healthy ways, like keeping yourself busy in physical activities, social events, writing creative stuffs, volunteering, painting, playing music, gardening etc. Sharing your story with loved ones and getting their support will also help in neutralizing emotions. Third step, stir up your daily routine. Try inculcating small and simple changes in your daily routine and stick to it for minimum 3 weeks. You will find suggestion which says keep yourself busy in work. But I would rather suggest you to cut your work hours by an hour minimum from customary schedule. In the free time you can meet new people, make new friends, visit clubs, amusement parks or keep yourself open for new opportunities. Changing your routine and sticking to that new plan can revise the way you look at yourself every day. Fourth step, re-examining the real self. After you are over with your past relationship, you should step back and re-evaluate who you are in reality. Before searching your compatible pair, make sure you determine who you are and what are your likes and dislikes. If the last time you made too many compromises with your choices and hobbies, it is possible that the real you is lost somewhere. It is quite natural that when you are in close association with someone, it greatly shapes personality and preferences and tunes you up with that someone. Do not let this exceed this time. If you change yourself too much to be in love with someone, it will make you the victim of identity crisis. You will not be happy in long run. This is from my experience. I am suggesting you that never let your focus go from you. Singles who found successful partnership and fulfilling relationship have one attribute in common: they keep the spotlight on what they want and who they are instead of worrying how the world will take them. To unearth who you are and what you like, identify your prime values in life. Find answers to such questions like, what matters most to you? Is it job or health that comes first? What is faith according to you? I would also suggest you to make a list of qualities that you want in your partner. Be precise and specific this time. A superficial quality like funny has vast categories and will not help you in picking up the right choice. A person with dry sense of humor is funny, as well as a person who tells jokes and make others laugh is also funny by nature. So, be particular in framing the list. This will assist you find the true qualities in your partner and saves your time. Fifth step, starting to date. Now that you are all armed with the requisites, you can take the big step. Being hopeful is million times better trait than pessimistic attitude. Those who never leave hope, love finds its way to them. This time, make sure not to reveal everything just on the first date. If you think you will let your person know all about you from the very beginning, so that they can love the real you, let me tell you, this is a bad move. You think you will not spend too much time if she/he is not falling in love with you then and there, and you hook up to the next person. This is not how it works. Overwhelming and overstuffed information creates apathy even if the person liked you initially. Remember, you are not a product. So, do not try to sell yourself. Stick to your dignity and you will unknowingly bang on the target. Dating doesn't mean you have to make someone fall in love with you, but it is about finding the compatibility which will qualify him/her as your partner. Sixth step, determining whether the relationship is right or not. Evaluating relationship in the early stage is a smart approach. Find out answers to these questions. Add a little annoyance and it starts making your relationship bitter. So, make sure you do not keep a room for annoyance this time. It is very easy to put your life in the back burner and pay attention to tasks which requires you immediately, like kids, career, health, finance, etc. Yet your relationship will go a long way with justified behavior, sweet and polite conducts. Achieving true love. How to know if he/she is the one. Indeed, finding true love is the greatest and the toughest quest in the whole universe, especially after a bad relationship experience. Achieving this is easier than what it actually looks like. Be it a man or a woman, the concept of pure love is simple and more or less similar to everyone. We make it complex by crafting mountains of expectations and endless desires. Love is a very fragile and almost takes out life when it breaks unexpectedly. Sometimes, just fraction of seconds and everything gets over, and sometime love erodes over years and years. If you are lucky enough, you will not face heartbreak, but most of the people experience. It tears off your emotions into pieces and drowns you in the ocean of sorrows. But, strangely, your heart craves for love again. After you follow the steps to love again and come to a position where you feel like dating again, finding out if he or she is the one can help you. Look into this chart. From the chart, you must have understood the essential factors for a complete love. If we break love into 3 subsidies, it will help us to comprehend better. Intimacy. Intimacy is the way to attachment. It is responsible for creating closeness and connections. This is the step where you become bonded to another person. When you spend time with one another, most importantly, love spending time with one another, be sure you are growing intimacy. The pillars of intimacy are trust and safety. When you think this is the person who can make your future better and help you overcome your past, you first see whether you can trust this person or not. Your bitter lessons of life will prohibit you from trusting again easily. So, if you feel you can trust a person, feel safe around him/her, does lots of talking and do not hesitate to share anything, then you can walk beyond the previously drawn boundaries of distrust. Passion. Passion can be described as physical and sexual attraction. This is the first wow factor, especially for men, which leads to love in future. You feel an uncontrolled obsession towards that person and craving to reciprocate your feeling by anyhow. The attraction for passionate love is always overwhelming and over-judgmental. Lights, chemistry and breezes constantly bubbles and zaps around you when you cultivate passionate love for someone. It becomes hard to get over this person unless you transit your feelings into real action. But, be careful, as passionate love can only be a type of obsession and may not give you the feeling of completeness. Commitment. Commitment means loyalty. It is the capability to stick to that person in spite of all odds. You have savored the fruit of maturity and know that working through misunderstandings is the wisest way to avoid the relationship getting worse. One of the secrets of living together is to believe in the best of your partner and not prejudging them with suspicion all the time. You have experienced how it feels when serious love affair falls apart. So, be careful this time and try to resolve fights instead of fueling. Your cooperation will be appreciated by your partner as well. If the other person raises the quarrel, he/she will soon realize and patch up quickly. Social contracts like engagement and marriages are made to strengthen the bond of commitment. Commitment is not for those who are looking for fun or light-hearted affairs. So, think twice, thrice and multiple times before commitment. Will you stay committed if your partner gains ugly fats, gets sick, suffers severe hair fall or change economic status? Answer them honestly. The complete love in the air can be sensed when a couple have all these 3 components in their relationship. It is that strong feeling which will surely enlighten your life like the inevitable flame which cannot be put out by storms, floods or heavy rains. Where to find love again? Love is not a freaking lion or cheetah which you can find in a jungle safari. Just go out and enjoy life to the fullest. Do whatever you feel like doing. Start developing new hobbies and likings like scuba diving or piano lessons. Who knows, Cupid's arrow may strike you down again. We get things when we least expect it. So, I would suggest do not look for love and let love find you. Love yourself, maintain hygiene, stay healthy and let stars do their task. Still, to justify the subhead, I am going to provide you some ideas on places where you may meet your love again. Internet. In the epoch of digitization, internet is the best medium to help you find love. There are tons of social networking and matchmaking sites where you can hit upon love. Clubs, not just dance clubs, but you can go to book clubs, hiking clubs, laughing clubs, rowing clubs and heaps of other clubs featuring various activities. Here you can socialize with small group of people, interact with them and know them well. Speed dating service. Big cities and posh towns now provide speed dating services. Find out the day, time and venue on the new love journey. Festivals. Greek festivals, ice festivals and wine tasting events are just few among a host of other festivals where you can go, get some drinks and have a good time. You will meet new people in the festivals. So, keep your fingers crossed and get set go. Sports events. Several sporting events like football, baseball, bowling leagues are filled with people, especially men. So, if you are women, visiting sports events will water your needs. Organize party, throw party and invite friends, friends of friends and whole lot of people you know who are single. Party hard till the sun comes up and develop bonds. Classes, there are lessons which you can take up like yoga, dance, cooking, music etc. A great number of couples first met during their classes and have remained happy couples for life. The prime message is, get out more. Be social, be friendly and keep your doors of heart open always. Love will certainly make its place in your heart. Chapter 6, Pre and Post Mistake We Do While Breakup. It takes days, weeks and months after a relationship breakup to completely realize the fatal mistakes that we did before and after it happened. Especially, during that phase, our actions are controlled by panic, anger and insecurities which make the situation worse. We become the victim of the poor scenario and disguise as a villain. We do not recognize it then, but now when we think of it, we find it embarrassing and cheap. Breakups can show up the worse in you. It normally happens that you hate yourself later for the stupid things you did earlier. The wrong things, the bad things. Not only such actions damage your self-respect, but also demolish the fresh idea of self-love that you try to build. Instead, you need urgent care and recovery kits to cure your damaged self-esteem. Why becoming so weak, when you can avoid these pre and post mistakes of breakup with a little prudence? There are many well-written quotes which have gained popularity over time. One must learn from their mistakes. On the other hand, it is also quoted that the real mistakes are those from which nothing can be learned. If you learn lesson from an action, that should be better termed as experience and not mistake. So, chill guys. Stop repenting for the past because you are in the profit zone and better focus on present. I believe there are two kinds of mistake, pre-breakup mistakes. Pre-breakup mistakes are primarily those from which you learn solid lessons in life. Actually, if the other person have it in mind that he/she will break up, they do it by any means. Especially, if they are looking someone else, whatever you do, how hard you try to patch up, it will not work. If you really believe you are on the verge of committing pre-breakup mistakes, trust me, you cannot figure them out because you never know where you went wrong until you commit them and learn from them. Here is the list. Mistake 1, overdoing things. One of the biggest mistakes you do is doing everything excess. This is probably the most quickest and easy way to murder attraction in a relationship. Display of too much affection and care towards your partner that what he or she does. This makes you lose your dignity and importance. Taking the relationship to next level hurriedly when your partner is not ready for it. Showing too much eagerness about the relationship. Acting jealous and needy. Manipulating your partner to love you. Controlling your partner in whatever he/she does. Howling, begging or spreading tantrums to fetch nice behavior or let your partner stick to you. Not giving enough space in the relationship. Proving every now and then how much you care for your partner. Try not to do these mistakes. The more you try to pull, the more you push them away. Mistake 2, trying to change him/her. People ask questions like, we have been together for 10 years, my boyfriend is still not marrying me. What should I do? My girlfriend just can't stop flirting with other men, even though we are in a relationship for 8 months. How to change her flirting habits? Let me tell you, this is a big mistake you do by trying to change them. You have fallen in love with them for what the way they are and try to accept them that way only. If the things suddenly starts bother you about your partner, it's your problem. Your partner is not responsible for creating disturbance in your mind. In relationship, you should never expect your partner to be exactly what you want. Let them be as they are because character of a person is not like looks. Go to a salon and you are groomed. It hardly changes even after years of effort and psychological treatments. This will be a useless effort which, on the contrary, will evoke anger and bitterness. Think it this way: when you do not like something about your partner, there are chances that your partner also doesn't like something about you. When he or she is not complaining, why are you? Mistake 3, allowing the chemistry to die. This is a common myth that attraction and passion will turn into commitment and friendship as the time passes. The fact is that your relationship will only last and grow stronger if there is certain amount of attraction and passion present even after years. Even though the intensity reduces, but without chemistry, relationship dries up and turns into friendship only. Do not act or behave in a way which makes your relation hollow. Being in an empty relationship will force you as well as your partner to look for fun outside. There is a popular belief: if you play, you will stay. Playing romance and some chemistry will help your relationship to flourish in long run. What are the activities you can inculcate to sparkle? Never ever become lazy and say yes to sex. A frequent candlelight dinner. Lie on the rooftop and gaze the night sky together. Compliment him/her in presence of others. Never forget hugging your partner when they return home. Occasional massaging do wonders. Surprise them often with touching gifts. Go out together in the lonely woods or virgin beach. Flirt with him/her and be playful. No matter how tired or busy you are, a dedicated time saved exclusively for your love can avoid drying up romance. Mistake 4, doing the same thing time and again. Settling too quickly for the same routine sparks up boredom. If you want your relation to go a long way, then try not to settle down in a fixed routine very quickly. Doing same stuffs every day, like going to the same place for dates, dining out in the same restaurant, meeting on specific time week after week, same style of romancing, uttering the same words to your partner, and all such boring stuffs are not just big turns off but also make you older before age. In a way, this sounds tempting to settle down amidst your comfort zone, but I would suggest keeping excitement alive. Fresh stuffs, experiment and unconventional deeds for at least once or twice in a month can avoid the mistake. Some ideas: pick up different dating locations. Dine out in different restaurants. Do not order dishes that you do every time. Change the meeting schedules and venues. Never take your partner for granted. Be creative and classy in your ways. Groom yourself and look good. Mistake 5, habituating to emotional highs and lows. These questions are for you. Do you frequently break up and patch up together? Do you cry often? Do you always fight followed by a passionate make-up sex? Do you, as well as your partner, carry lots of emotions in the relationship? Do you control each other? Is your relationship full of drama? If your answer is yes to any of these questions, then think about long-term goals for your relationship, like when and how to settle down, raise a family, securing financially, etc. Find out if your partner also shares the same view for the future of your relationship. If your partner only talks about settling down and make a happy family but his actions are not matching his/her words, then understand that they will never fit into your future. At the end, think why you are in a relationship if there is no future in it. Dramas in relationship make life interesting. But is this all you need? Choose between your futuristic goals and emotional payoffs. Having just fun in a relationship makes you nothing more than playing a role as guest appearance. If you want that, who am I to stop? Mistake 6, not sketching prominent boundaries. You bully people whom you know you can. Robbers rob people who they find are easy to rob. It has been proved psychologically that people do bad things when they know they can escape easily. Just a poster of eyes on the wall starting at you is enough to stop people committing bad acts because the eyes make them feel they are being watched. This has been wired in your genetics. When our brain tells there are consequences, we behave well and we misbehave when brain gives us liberty. In a relationship, It is normal for a couple to examine each other's limits to see up to what extent they can get away with. You also do that. Say for example, a woman will do stupid stuff subconsciously to observe what type of reaction the guy is giving. If the guy doesn't give soft response, her attraction will shook up. She will know the guy's has self-respect. Not just women. Men are also good at it. They tend to push a girl at the earlier stages of relationship for sexual advances. If they get them too easily, his attraction may take a shape of domination. Men try to dominate woman by his manly ways, whereas the woman applies her feminine, delicate ways to control the man. The question is, where to stop? To deal with this over-dominating and over-controlling attitude, it is better to draw lines clearly. Tell your partner clearly what you will not accept and what you will. Those who show no respect for their partner's boundaries, they can never be good partner. Mistake 7, making the relationship your entire world. You do not have a life outside your relationship? Well, that's bad. To grow a healthy relationship, you are required to provide ample space. Having nothing else to do will reduce the room for space, and this will lead to bad consequences. Your partner has a life of his/her own. If you constantly interrupt in your partner's world, they will soon leave you. Instead of devoting all your energy for your love life, save something for your career, ambition and future. Being independent not only increases your respect in front of your partner but also makes you strong enough to handle breakups. Mistake 8, cheating or let cheating. Unfaithfulness is the most common reason for breakups. Think multiple times before running after a new cutie pie in your office. Question yourself what you will get out of it. You are steady relationship and happy, why make it complex? In such scenarios, always consider your present partner in first place. Or the last option is to break up with your present partner before involving with someone new. Cheating is no way acceptable in relationships. I am strictly against it. And if your partner has cheated on you and you caught him/her red-handed, then think multiple times from multiple angles whether to give him/her another chance or not. As per my experience, those who cheat once, they will cheat again. There are very few people who truly repent and reform after cheating. It all depends on you and your partner's character and their degree of concern for you. Mistake 9, acting jealous. Jealousy is the red-eyed demon in relationship. If you are suffering from jealousy issues, you should really learn to control it, or else, it will hamper your love life in a million ways. Jealousy originates from a sense of insecurity. Here are the ways by which you can deal with jealousy. Admit that it is you who feel jealous and the problem is on your end. Communicate instead of accusing your partner. Write down in a diary whenever you feel jealous and then go back to that page few days later and judge if the feeling still exists or not. Challenge your own jealous thoughts. Focus on what happened in real and not what you perceive. Similarly, if your partner is jealous, try to handle it lightly. Example, if she says another woman a bitch, you can reply to her lightly in playful spirit saying no, she just has good taste. Like you and kiss her gently. Mistake 10, uncompromising nature. Being a couple, you should be able to compromise and flexible to each other's situations. This is a serious mistake that couples make often. They bring in the I thing on relationship rather than think about we. I am not saying you have to sacrifice everything and every time, but if you are not flexible you will be called selfish. Here are the ways to compromise. Alternate policy, you compromise this time and your lover will compromise next time. Stick to a point in between. It is like bargaining. If you are at A and your partner is at C, stick to B then. Post-breakup mistakes. Post-breakup mistakes are hard to control, but these mistakes should be avoided with your hardest try. No doubt after committing post-breakup mistakes you will surely repent. Here is a list of common mistakes that people make. Read them and try to avoid them. Mistake 1, Staying in contact with your ex. The no-contact policy is the best policy if you really want to get over your breakup pain. This will give you quick result and solace of mind. This is a very common mistake that people do just after breakup. They try to stay in touch with their ex. They follow them, chase them, or approach with a proposal of just friendship. Even staying as friends is not at all a good idea. Mistake 2. Poor actions guided by panic. You do anything to fight it off, beg, cry and plead in front of your ex. The stupid acts do not just end there. Disturbing your ex by frequent calling from unknown numbers, harass, chase, write emails, SMS and so many other things are general mistakes that most of you do. These things will shrink when you think about them later. Try to resist this animalistic behavior. Mistake 3. Self-pitying for too long. The world is harsh and you have to admit it. Lying in your lazy couch and watching The Notebook for the millionth time, accompanied by jumbo container of fried foods and ice cream, won't help you for long. The earlier you realize, the better it is. Being super sad, not willing to go out or do anything is a big blunder that broken-hearted people make. Your friends and family are there, but they will also get bored at some point of time listening to your sad tale time and again. Therefore, stir up your lazy libidos and come out under the sun. Feeling sorry for yourself is just a stupid way to waste your time. Mistake 4. Comforting love. You think that if your partner knew how much you love him/her, they will come back to you. So, you keep on saying them over and over again. The problem is that they know the fact and still they are breaking up. Continuous reassurance will only give you humiliation and nothing else. Mistake 5. Contacting your ex's family and friends. You manipulate, interview and try to use them to know about your ex and try to get him/her back. First of all, they hardly know anything about the breakup part. Secondly, it is highly inappropriate to involve a third person in your relationship issue. Moreover, a family will always support their child first. So, it will be useless to depend on them to fix your broken heart. You will realize later that this was a very insane and inapt deed. Mistake 6. Rebounding. Rebound relationship has received thumbs down because apparently it looks wow, but right after that it takes you to hell. Heartbroken persons jump into a new affair just after their breakup. They think this will help them to fill the gap, but actually you will not be happy in that relationship. You will continuously draw comparison between your new partner and your ex. You will get frustrated and feel like no one is better than your ex. Although, this is an illusion, but you will hardly realize it. This will not help you in healing your pain but make them worse. Mistake 7. Bad-mouthing him/her. The cheapest and meanest way of handling a breakup is by bad-mouthing your ex. You do this to hurt them like the way your ex have hurt you. You often curse them or use bad language, screaming and howling in front of them. Many a times, a person badmouth his or her ex and say stuffs related to ex-lovers to his/her friends as a way to justify why he or she broke up. You say the world how badly you suffered in the relationship, how flawed your partner was, and you even share intimate details. This is so not good. First love yourself and hold the capacity to let relationships flow in and flow out from your life. Chapter 7, The Healing Process After Breakup. A healthy body leads to a healthy mind. The proverb aptly holds its relevancy if you flip it. But how many of we actually think of your health and mind when we go through rough phases? None, nor very few. Diving into bottles of beers and wine, wandering in the lands of ice creams may sound like the best way to overcome the pains of breakup. You do not feel like getting up from that couch. The packets of tissues may fall short, but tears never stop rolling down from your eyes. Eat, sleep and cry becomes your daily routine after you broke up. Many people have the strength to return to their normal life after the sad week, but there are many who can't. They get accustomed to the lazy life. Even if their emotional scars fade away, They physically become so weak that they do not just feel like going back to normalcy. Few say that they couldn't make out the difference between a so-called normal life and their lazy life. They realize the difference when they face severe health consequences. So, before it gets late, diagnose by asking these questions to you. If you say yes to more than 2 questions, it's high time you should change your lifestyle. Depression knocks down even the best. So chill and find out how to heal your body mentally and physically after the breakup. Physical healing. It may sound strange and wonderful that if you take care of yourself physically, you will be healthy mentally. In fact, taking good care of your physical health is the first and most important step toward tackling depression. There are chances that you will increase the intensity of depression and stress if you fail to give your body the care and nutrients it requires. Your body becomes cantankerous, which leads to many serious problems. Most of you forget to take care of your health when you face a breakup. You intentionally push yourself from a healthy routine and think you no longer require anything to live. Here are few ways to beat your gloomy health and revitalize it. Eat well and healthy. Ditch hard drinks, sugars and junk foods in the pantry and welcome a clean and simple diet. I may sound crazy, as you may think, why the hell you will embark on boring foods when you are already drenched in dullness. But who said simple food means boring foods? You can make some awesome food swaps and rock your diet with proper nutrients. Being creative in kitchen will also keep you engaged in productive work. Here are some interesting food swaps. Take small meals several times instead of banking on one heavy meal a day. This will balance your blood sugar level and help you stay active. Picking up healthy food choices fills your soul with energy and strength. Make water your best friend. Thirst makes you lethargic. Your blood volume reduces due to dehydration, which makes it hard for your heart to work. So instead of consuming alcohol, plain and clean water will work like magic. Water will never ditch you and help you to fortify your heart. Mild exercises. Regular exercise keeps your spirit up. It releases serotonin and additional happy brain chemicals. Do not exercise too much. Do mild exercises. Taking a morning walking, running, climbing staircase, swimming, freehand or aerobics, stabilizes brain fluids and keeps you fit. When you are physically fit, you will get confidence from inside, which will be reflected in our outer appearance. Sleep. The curative function is done by your body when you are sleeping. Enough sleep will give your body the time to soak up mental, physical and spiritual tasks you do all day. Sleep not only helps you heal your wounded heart, it also heals open cuts in the body, reduces acne and makes your face glow. Putting your mind in rest is the best idea to forget pain and past experiences. It also gives the requisite break to your body that it craves. But drawing a line between oversleep and just the right amount of sleep is very essential. Oversleeping and throwing off regular sleeping pattern comes to you naturally during post-breakup phase. But you should oppose your natural instinct and maintain regular sleeping schedule to keep the internal tempo in tune. Be your own nutritional detective. Food changes mood. It may be possible that your depressed mood is somehow connected to your diet. These are few signs which your body indicates to hint you that your eating style and habit may be upsetting your mood. Feeling down, go for fish. One of the reasons to feel low and down is due to scarcity of omega-3 fats. This is present in optimal level in fish. You should also take more vitamin B and folic acid. Eat whole grains, bananas, beans and fish. Ill thoughts. Do you drink milk? Consuming more sugar and less milk intensify negative thoughts and ill feelings. After a breakup, cobwebs of negativity surround you easily. In such situation, if you eat more sugars, it will intensify those thoughts and lengthens healing process. Therefore, you should lower intake of sugars, sweets and cling to calcium and nuts. Low energy or fatigue. Carbohydrate is the powerhouse of energy. Low energy can pop up due to lack of carbohydrate in your body. So have carbohydrate-rich foods and enough water and iron to be energetic. Constant hunger. You feel hungry all the time, maybe because you are not eating adequately or not eating right foods. When life drops its quality, you feel restricting food is a good way to control, but, in reality, it is not. Balance your meals evenly in 24 hours and eat balanced diet. Skipping and craving. It's easy to overlook all about the balanced diet after a breakup. This can lead to skipping meals and crave for food later. The cycle of skipping more meals and craving afterwards begin gradually. Eat in installments, avoid refined sugar and energy drinks. It gives you fast energy, but it also makes you extremely exhausted after a while. It is better to get natural sugars and energy boosters from water and fruits. Anxiety and shakiness. Maybe you are relying on cigarettes and caffeine to give the false boost to your body and simply not eating enough. If you are lacking essential nutrients and smoking too much, there are greater chances that you will suffer from severe anxiety and unsteadiness. Mental haziness. Concentration difficulty can rise due to shortage of antioxidants in body and skipping meals. Mental haziness is a serious problem which makes you more ill and messed up. Eat more nuts and veggies. Mental healing. It is actually good to go through the roller coaster of emotions. When you feel your emotions, you heal. This means you are not suppressing or bypassing them, but have the courage to go through them. This is a normal healing process. If you try to push these feelings away or overfed them, the situation will never be in your favor. Let feelings stay with you as it is. They will pass off automatically. By doing so, you are actually healing unknowingly. Puzzling emotions. Sometimes, you are sad and do not know the reason because, you are very glad that you get rid of your ex. You are still not getting how a strong individual like you is feeling sad and unfilled over a silly matter. You are already in a new relationship and it's going wonderfully. It is better to stay with these feelings, even if you do not know why you feel them. Dedicate a fat slice of time to feel them. Let them pass off thorough you. Pen down your feelings, sketch them, sing, dance. Do whatever give voice and expression to your feelings. Some of the best pieces of art in the universe have been created after such heart-wrenching events. Who knows, maybe the world will know you for your creative masterpiece that you create during this phase. Do not think or overact to heal your pain. Your body and mind are responsible enough to get rid of your pain, you just need to arm them with the right weapon. Learn relaxation techniques. There are several relaxation techniques like deep breathing, visualization, brainwave audios, decompress, mental scanning, effectual talking, laughing aloud, listening music, mild brain workouts and many more. Among all these techniques, meditation and yoga has the remarkable before and after effect. Practicing all these techniques early in the morning each time you feel anxiety crawling in your nerves and brain can assist you to face the day with a powerful zeal. Meditation to recover from breakup shock. Meditation is the key tool in developing personal skills and valor. To get fruitful result, we should find the clarity of intention. It would be difficult to find out the reason, date and time when medication actually had its inception. It would have originated millions of years ago. The East has practiced several ways of mediation for centuries. The Vedas, the Yoga Sutras, meditation of Siddhartha Gautama once shook the world with marvelous meditation procedures and types. Till this date, meditation is considered to be the greatest and well-esteemed method of achieving inner peace. It is recommended by many physicians and health practitioners. They recommend meditation to cure various health issues, other than breakup recovery. These are, controlling anxiety, lowering high blood pressure, boosting up depressed mood, preventing heart fails, controlling anger, overall health care in cost-effective way, lessening ADD, balancing metabolic syndrome, promoting long and healthy life. And the list goes on and on. If you can do at least 15 minutes of meditation every day, you will get so many benefits. Helps in relaxing. Heals body and mind. Reduces stress and nervousness. Brings out the creativity in you. Builds inner peace and prosperity. Increases level of tolerance. Improves mind clarity and concentration. Increases capacity for introspection. Understands breakup reasons and heals heart. If you meditate regularly, your mind will attain peace and you will increase energy level of your body. A more self-disciplined and self-controlled life is waiting for your presence. You will radiate calmness that reverberates from within and influences of people with whom you make interaction with a viewpoint of positivity. This invisible strength will inspire you, guide you and help you perceive new stuffs and creative ideas. The after effects of breakups nearly drain out everything physically as well as emotionally. Being the state of stress for too long can affect your emotions negatively. It will also place negative impact on your immune system. Meditation is a great tool for healing breakup scars. Meditation can be practiced in several ways. Although there are uncountable numbers of meditation techniques, the central idea is common in almost all of them. How should you meditate? There are 4 fundamental elements: a tranquil place for meditation, a relaxing or balanced posture, an object of concentration, a reflexive attitude, a tranquil location for meditation. This is self-explanatory. It is very significant to find a place which will liberate your stressed soul and help you relax completely. Try to escape from noises and distractions, turn off your phones and disconnect yourself from the materialistic world for that time frame. Favorable places for meditation can be your backyard, meditation centers, if you stay near a beach, that is the real icing on cake because beach locations are perfect for a stress-free session. Besides, several yoga and meditation studios also provide illusion of clean, sprawling nature where you can sit peacefully and continue. However, if your bedroom is comfortable enough and free from sound pollution, you can meditate here as well. A relaxing and proper posture. Carrying out a balanced posture is one of the main elements of meditation. Not just for seconds, but every posture has to be held for the predefined time limit correctly. Without correct posture your body may become tensed and you will not be able to relax. On the contrary, you may develop back pain in the process. Meditation has varied defined postures and positions, but sitting is the most common and easy position. The aim is to keep your spinal bone straight, feel steady and relax. You can also lie down straight in an even hard surface, but sitting is more preferable because reclining position can lead to sleep while meditating. However, lying on back is a good option for those who suffer back pain. There are heaps of classic sitting postures and also lotus and half lotus posture. Besides, you can find Egyptian posture, Burmese position, Indian style sitting etc., and all of them works brilliantly. If you are a starter, sitting in a chair is also preferable. If you choose Indian style sitting posture, then a small pillow on the floor to sit on will make you more relaxed. Place your hands on your lap or thighs, keep your face relaxed, breathe in, hold it for some time and then slowly breathe out. There are several other postures with slight difference which you can learn and fetch sugary results. An object for concentrating. To do concentrative meditation, you must select a single thing or point to keep your focus on. The slow inhale and exhale, repeated mantra or counting numbers are very common. But you can also use recorded sound of prayers, Sanskrit slokas, colors or religious figure. Mantra is Sanskrit word meaning man-to think, cha, to set free from contemplation. Your object of focus should be selected wisely as it is a main ingredient for your meditation to show results. A reflexive attitude. A passive attitude is very essential for meditation. In this attitude one do not think of any consequences. Internal thoughts and outer distractions are identified, but these are perceived indifferently and casually. Just like small clouds pass across the sky, the consequences and difficult phases also pass across the life. If your attention is floating away, concentrate on the object of focus again. Do not forget to stay calm. The more you practice meditation, the easier it will become to concentrate. How to be relaxed? The first and foremost requirement in order to be relaxed is to sit in a quiet, noise-free place, then close your eyes. Keep your shoulders down and roll them back gently. Slowly correct your spinal bone, that is, keep it straight. Think in mind that you are relaxing your muscles slowly one by one from head to toe. Sense the tension when you slowly breathe in and let it shoo away as you breathe out. If you practice this relaxing technique every day for every part of the body in succession, this will help you greatly to heal broken heart. Prefer making a mantra your object of concentration apart from breathing. Repeat it silently along with breathing. Just after you start meditation, for 1 or 2 days you may not find any difference on your attitude or feelings. It may also be possible that you are unable to concentrate properly. But please do not give up. I am sure the 3rd day will be better than the 2nd day. Yoga. Yoga is another form of relaxation which is a combo of exercise and meditation. This technique is also approved worldwide for its effectual result. It is a nice way to nurture your soul and brings body flexibility. I will suggest you to join a yoga course where special classes, top-notch studio, expert trainers and rich workshops will fill your life with essential qualities which you have almost lost after the relationship breakdown. You can also get involved with a team, which means you can meet new people and befriend with them. This offers unlimited health benefits and positive vibes which help you start afresh. Buddhist form of meditation. Unique techniques backed by perfection has made Buddhist meditation one of the favorites in the world. Along with a host of other preaching, Buddhism teaches how to get rid of your sufferings by realizing the cause and thereby accepting it. Buddhism edifies that life comprises of both joy and pain. So, learning about these concepts may help you to eliminate pain. A few other precious concepts from Buddhist meditation. Decide to be conscious of how you construe events and to nurture beneficial and practical ways of perceiving them. See connection not as your companion bringing you contentment, but as a bandit ruining your peace of mind. Distinguishing the shortcomings of attachment assists to let go of it. Know that there are countless valuable things to do in life and be passionate about doing those stuffs. Feel astonished at your fate to give you this present prospect and decide to utilize it well. Sense that you do not want to carry on living like robot and that you desire to change the outlooks that are the roots of problem. Feel the significance of making your life momentous. Make definite conclusions about what you wish to do and to evade doing from now on. Experience a feeling of relief because you are honest with yourself regarding your past. Celebrate the encouraging deeds you have done and cheer yourself to act in favorable ways in the coming time. Considering the damage that these upsetting attitudes and off-putting emotions cause in life, you should develop the willpower to be conscious of their inception as well as to learn and practice the solution to beat negative vibes. Chapter 8, Signs that indicate it's time to move on. Smart people are those who leave before they are left. Are you not happy in your relationship? That is quite a question, right? There are probably some definite reasons why you are attracted to this chapter. What do you think the reasons could be? Have you been sad, anxious or tired recently? Do you feel your health is deteriorating? Do you second guess or cry a lot? Are you taking antidepressant for quite a while? Have others noticed that you are changing lately? There are several other effects when you go through an unhealthy relationship. These effects arise from subtle signs which you mostly underestimate till the D-Day arrives. But, as I said, it is a smart choice to grasp the signs and come out of the relationship trap before you become a victim. How often do we thought about our past breakups and uttered, "I wish I have listened to my instincts"? This is due to the fact that you can judge your relationship status better than anyone else. When something is not right, deep down, you experience certain inner feelings. When you notice that your relationship is not working well, the best possible thing to do is, obey your instincts. If your gut feeling tells you to end the relationship, you should do that. I admit it is a tough call, but sooner or later it is going to end. If you do not bell the cat, your partner will. Come out of your love sickness and hug your inner guts. Trust me, it will make a far better sense to save you from the heartbreaking pain that is waiting for you. The truth is that the more you try to dig into this relationship, the deeper hole it will create, and afterward, it will be a lot more difficult to climb up from this hole. There is also possibility of falling back into the hole again. You must push away your partner if his/her verbal communications or physical deeds signal you that you are heading toward a dead end in relationship. This chapter presents some sure short signals which indicate that it's time to move on. Behavior shapes love. Yes, love is greatly shaped by behavior. If your partner misbehaves, you should not overlook it at any cost. Saying I love you is easy, anyone can say that, but living that love is a different ball game altogether. Let's conduct a love behavior quiz. Which of these stuffs is a loving behavior according to you? Calling you by slang names, whore, bitch, motherfucker, etc. Cheating on you. Saying you're psycho, worthless and not worthy of anyone's love. Blaming you for each and every fault. Continuously lying. Taking drugs/alcohol and using them as an excuse for this abusive behaviors. You can never say no to sex even if you want to. Framing false characteristics and stories about you and spreading them to your friends and family. The list is never ending. If you ask these questions to yourself and get a yes, then even if your partner says I love you every day, it really means nothing. Avoiding eye contact. There was a time when you used to speak through eyes, and now, all in vain. This is a very prominent sign that your partner will unknowingly exhibit if he or she is not into the relationship anymore. Maintaining a good eye contact enables you to determine the body language of your partner. Although, it is a vague concept that lovers can read through each other's eyes. You really cannot make out anything even if your lover is maintaining eye contact. The point to down pat is that when a person is lying about something and tries to hide from you, avoiding eye contact is a natural gesture. Mind it, this change in behavior has to be sudden. If he or she is always like an introvert dog or always looks down when talks, then please do not conclude anything wrong out of it. I am talking about those who were very easy with you for all these weeks or months and suddenly you sensed a change in their facial expression. Especially when you question him or her like, what were you doing last night? You get an unjustified answer, the two with his/her eyes down. Your phone is always busy these days. Whom do you talk with? You get different replies every time, and in the whole session, they try hard not to connect through eyes. My dear, this is a definite red signal. You are in a danger zone. Come out of it before the situation eats you up. Fighting, always under limelight. The relationship matures and gets rich in quality when couples fight and come out of it holding hands together. The bonding gets stronger. It is a productive method to resolve misunderstandings if any and communicate clearly. But if you feel like you are wasting one half of your time in fighting with your partner, then it is a sign that it's not working anymore. Without going out, doing something productive, strengthening your career, you are more engaged in finding out faults in your lover, complaining for each and everything, blaming more often. These are nothing but indications that your present love life is just few days away from its expiration date. Look up these signs to recognize that your fights are not in control anymore, picking up fights over completely trivial stuffs just to eliminate heaps of negative energy that you are cultivating. The best part is that you know these are insignificant matter and need no fighting, yet you do to hurt your lover. Besides, You minutely scrutinize each other's behavior and actions, not to praise but to find out flaws. Mark your fighting duration. Pay attention to the time you are wasting in baseless fights. Small fights can spring up once a week or twice. But if you observe that your fun, healthy conversations, friendly gossips are facing time crunch and you have dedicated ample of time for fighting, then it is problematic. See where your fight is heading. If your fights lead to a fruitful conclusion or effective solution, then it is welcomed. But, if you are clueless about why you are fighting and if you will gain anything at all by fighting, then I am sorry, it is hard to save your relationship. You always fight about the same stuff and neither of you is ready to compromise. What is the benefit of keeping such a relationship? If your friends are avoiding you, you should sense that you are behaving weird. Your friends and close mates do not want to spend time with you because of your irritable and quarrelsome nature that you have developed of late. Even you common friends are unwilling to go out with you and your partner because they know you two have become a dead couple who fights all the time. Why they would ruin their moods amidst a couple fight. Crying and feeling anxious all the time. Especially, women cry a lot when they are residing in a bad relationship. It's not that men do not feel anything at all. But their way of expression is different than women. They prefer hanging out in bars and pubs, drinking more than usual, sharing their grief with their close buddies. But women, on the contrary, stops contact with the outer world. They cry a lot. No, women usually cry more than men, but when you are crying every day because of your man's behavior, it's best to draw the end. You feel you are losing your existence and your partner is busy hanging around with others. Your unhappy tears become melodrama to your partner and he never bothers to ask why you are sad. Would you choose spoiling your time like this? Come out and see the beautiful stuffs you are missing. Men are also insecure. When they are in a bad relationship, they sense it very well and remain anxious all the time. He thinks what his beloved is doing when he is not around her. Why is she not showing warmth in her behavior like before? Is he break up or continue with the relation? And all these sorts of questions keep him worried all throughout the day. Many a time it also happens that you don't know what exactly is bothering, but you have certain uneasiness in your body and mind. You are becoming a bunch of nerves slowly. You take anxiety-relieving drugs and pills. But do you think pills and medication can actually save your relationship? I prefer not to stay on drugs just to be in a relationship. Rather, I would go out and look for better prospect. Showing mixed signals. In spite of knowing him or her from so close and for so much time, you feel you are unable to understand your partner's signals. You were very much connected physically before, but suddenly your love turned out to be so platonic. When you are trying to get closer, he/she react as if feeling shy or too tired. When you are gluing to your partner, he or she pushes you away. When you decide to move on and away from your partner, he or she tries to pull you back. These sorts of conflicting actions and confusing behavior shows that your partner is playing with your emotions and just trying to keep you for the safe bet. Otherwise, he or she is happy in his/her own world and do not want interruption from you. They just want you to stay like furniture. Are you okay with this? Being a lifeless creature in their life will actually snatch the liveliness from you. So, before it's too late, catch these signals and decide to get over with a stagnant relationship. Relationship with no future. It is natural not to speak much about future plans with each other when you are in the introductory phase. But when you have been together for quite a while and are intimate enough to share a good bonding ahead, it is obvious to plan for future. If you are not discussing anything about the potentials of this relationship, then you must end it there. Is your partner trickily avoids any question or subject you raise about the future as a couple? Is he or she changes the topic when you talks about how your home or kids will be? We all dream for future. It is perfectly normal to plan for future when everything else is in place. But still, if your lover points out other important things, even though they are not so important, and tells you that he or she has other prior things to deal with, probably you know your answer. Do not fool yourself with an expectation to settle down with such a mentality of your partner. Until and unless there are genuine reason to postpone, there is no need to be considerate. World is a much better place for those who showed the guts to emerge from a dark relationship before they are thrown in the darkness. Affectionate words vanishes. Dear, sweetie, honey, cutie, should go by, darling, and many other adjectives are specially meant for your partner. There is a time when we make excess use of these adjectives to address our lovers. These are the moments when we are deeply in love with them. But as time proceeds, love words gradually comes less in conversations. When they completely vanish, it becomes a matter to worry. You notice that he/she has not used any words of affection for past few weeks in spite of the fact that everything in his or her life is completely rocking. When they are in some troubles, like their parents are ill or going through job topsy-turvy, not using caring and sweet adjectives are understandable and totally justified. You are not a green-horned demon who will force your partner to take care of you and be around you even if his close ones need him genuinely. But when he or she is having right dose of fun outside, there can no other excuse to behave indifferently but to move on. Daydreaming a lot. Do you daydream a lot? Daydreaming is a good way to pass time during a boring lecture or lazy hours absent-mindedly. But, if you notice yourself daydreaming about stuffs you could do if you were single and if your relationship gets over, then, you suddenly come to reality as breaking your relationship is a tough call for you. These sorts of daydream may act as a warning bell for the end of your relationship. You often daydream about things like shifting to a new place, try exciting things, travel a lot, or spend more time with friends, if you were not in a relationship. You daydream about someone else on whom you may have a crush. You dream how he/she asks you for a date and how you two had fun outside. Although this not harmful, but you are daydreaming about someone else instead of your boyfriend or girlfriend. Doesn't this feel awkward? You daydream how it will be to tell others that you are single when you go out alone. You feel good about this idea. Observe carefully and try to read the signals. It is not that these signs mean there is something wrong in your relationship which leaves you no choice but to leave. Of course you can do hosts of things to get things work again. I just want you to be happy with or without a relationship. Bonus chapter. Self-care regimen. If your heart is broken by love, only love can heal it. No, it does not mean you need someone else's love to heal your broken heart. Do not wait for other people to make you happy. It is an inside task. It starts with you and ends in you. Your friends, career or relationships are just secondary stuffs, or you can say that they are just the mediums to express your feelings. But if you want to feel happy, you can do it right now without any external support, and if you want to drown in the pool of sorrows, that is also your choice. How to do it? Well, you just have to look yourself. Isn't it the easiest of all solutions? Always remember that when you are sad over your past, it actually means you are spoiling your future. You cannot change the past, neither your future deserve the punishment for this. So you have figured things out right at the present moment and vow not to waste a single second of future for your past. The world is stuffed with beautiful and exciting things. Once you choose to be happy, you will fall short of reasons to tell others why you are happy. Let's embark on a self-care regimen. The healing process via meditation, healthy lifestyle and workouts are a part of self-care routine that was mentioned in previous chapter. Physical and mental self-care teaches you heck of positive attitudes which will let you live a quality life. I haven't focused as much on these two self-care practices because they have been discussed earlier. The idea is that apart from helping in quick breakup recovery, physical and spiritual self-care can keep you happy if you make these your daily habit. Here, you are going to unearth how you can be perfectly happy being single. To achieve this goal you have to rely on 4 factors: physical self-care, lifestyle, spiritual self-care, extra support. From this diagram you can understand the basic concept and things required to start off with a self-care regimen. Taking care of your body. How about having regular body massage? As you know, body, mind and soul are interconnected, so massaging your body will soothe your soul. Take out some time and visit a good massage parlor to get it done. The massage therapists use several different techniques to relax your body. You can do few techniques all by yourself at home. One of them is called reflexology. It is a kind of bodywork that aims to connect sensitive spots on the feet with other parts of the body, connects the ball of left sole with heart. Massage the bottom of your left foot in outwardly centered direction to lessen heartaches. You can use knuckles or thumbs to exert pressure. Having healthy diet is also a part of body care. You should cut off smoking and drinking, instead consume nutrients-rich foods. Clean, plain and less spicy foods will keep your heart in good condition. Besides, it will help you glow and reduce skin problems if any. Drink at least 10 to 12 glasses of water each day to hydrate your body. This also helps in flushing out toxic elements from your body. Are you feeling heavy off late? That is probably because you are lacking an amalgam of healthy diet, proper sleep and exercise. You do not have to run from Australia to America in order to be fit and toned. Just mild walks and daily aerobics at home can also do wonder. No need to head to gym for that also. Medicines help to keep you active and eliminate diseases if any. So, if you want good health, do regular medical checkups, take the medicines prescribed by your doctors and let your body sparkle. Also, there are several energy drinks available in the market. You can have them to boost your stamina. Obviously, you will require more stamina to do the stuffs all by yourself, especially if you were diving works before. Tips for long office hours: do not sit on your chair for long. Take small walks or simply stand after every 1 hour. Sitting kills whereas moving or standing heals. Shape your appearance. Starting from new innerwears to toenail polish, change everything. Wear what boosts your self-confidence, wear what makes you look and feel great, seek advice from stylers and dressers and revamp your old look. This not only solidifies your self-belief but also keeps you happy when you get compliments from people. Just because I mentioned nail polish doesn't mean men will not groom themselves. Go to a salon and have a new haircut, go for tattooing, mix and match your outfits to attract the world. Your look and physical appearance has a lot to do with your mind setup. Being physically tip-top from outside makes you smart mentally. You can live with a belief that you deserve much better than your ex. Always tap to latest fashion and change your appearance from time to time. I have seen people saying they are bored with their own look. When you are bored with yourself, how can you expect others to show interest in you? Therefore, whenever you are bored, try to give twist to your hairs, dresses, makeup and so much more. Incorporate the feel-good factor. List out all the random things which makes you feel good. You feel like going out in the wilds? You wish to paint your house with bright colors? You wish to plant camellia in your garden? You want to cook seaweeds in earthen pot? You like to don your swimming suit and swim for hours? You wish to go for movies or hang around with friends? Want to try something daring like bungee jumping or parasailing? Do them all. Hold the list in hand and start accomplishing them one by one. Put tick mark on the stuffs you have done and try to fulfill the remaining ones. This is a great way to be happy and fill your life with exciting activities. Whatever you do, try to do with perfection. It will give you better experience and more sense of satisfaction. You may want to repeat few things in the list just because you love doing them so much. Many say they like to complete their scheduled task on time. This gives them a great sense of relief. You can also write down daily objectives, meet them on that particular day. You will be more filled with a sense of completeness, and this will also enhance your time management skills. Cooking seaweeds. This caught my fancy as well. I am going to try this. Get your peace of mind. Mental disturbance greatly affects health and consequently leads to lifestyle failure. If you are only focusing on other aspects but forget to soothe your mind, you better start off immediately. For that you have to embrace certain percentage of spiritualism. Sing aloud morning and evening prayers. Almighty has great powers. He can changes the stars and shines your fortune. He can teaches you forgiveness, heal pains and make you a better human being. Therefore, it is great to recall God once daily from heart to soothe your mind. You can also visit church occasionally or once in every week to attain peace. The peaceful ambience will insert ample quantity of calmness in your nerves. There are also several spiritual communities which carry out spiritual sessions, authentic meditations and yoga. You can become a regular member or pay occasional visit to learn forgiveness, build positive belief and see the world from a different angle. Forgiving others will help you to overcome feelings of anger, revenge or bitterness. It can heal mental wounds and welcome love and peace that only God can offer. Here are some powerful self-belief that will free you from negative energy. What else can make you happy? If you are more like an extrovert, you will be happy to mix up with old friends, visit nightclubs, and celebrate fun-filled moments with family members. You can go out for occasional picnics or outings nearby along with your family, go out for biking in the lonely roads with a bunch of close mates, go for parties, hit gaming zones, dine out with close ones and do loads of rocking activities. But if you are introvert, you will prefer staying at home and adopt ways to be happy. There are various ways for introverts through which they can experience a rocking life too. Have you ever tried solo dancing? It doesn't have to be perfect jazz or hip-hop. Stand in front of a mirror and dance whatever you feel like. Make funny steps, show sexy moves or jump in excitement. Play a fast track in the background and get set go. Spend time, effort and money for some noble cause. Helping others is an unparalleled feeling which can be described but felt. Do something for the animal care centers. Donate some amount to the old age home or involve with and go to serve society with the generous endeavor. If you wish to stay at home and need a best friend, you can adopt a stray dog. They are much more loyal than human beings and will be your all-time friend. I have met many people whose life has completely changed after adopting a pet. A pet helps you to come out of depression, keeps you entertained, and when there is no one, your pet dog or cat is there to listen to your talks. They will glue to you like shadow. In other way, you get a meaning to life. Vocational courses are also cherry on cake. You will learn something productive within short duration and stay busy at the same time. The small class size and cozy ambience are perfect for shy persons. If you have always wanted to learn guitar, go ahead and enroll your name. If dance have always fascinated you, learn some professional dance moves, learn what you always wanted to and polish your multi-talent tag. Traveling feeds starving cells. Whether shy in nature or extremely outgoing, the insect of traveling is present in every human being. You not just get to acquaint yourself with the natural and man-made wonder, but also learn new cultures and traditions. You become culturally rich and psychologically prosperous. So, pack your bags, buckle up shoes and board on an adventurous trip. Quick formulas, at a glance. This chapter has been brought to you keeping in mind your boring schedule. If you have dedicated too much time to work, you are hardly left with any time or energy to read lengthy chapters. But crisp tips wonderfully presented in form of infographics and charts will help you to have crispy bites whenever you wish. For those who are overshadowed under the clouds of desolation, this chapter will provide plenty of interesting facts and colorful solutions to rock your life again. Even better if you can take printouts of these charts and infographics and paste them to your wall. Have a look whenever you feel confused and follow them to a sugary tale of life. How to tackle argument. Explanation. In the above info graphic I tried to demonstrate how by quick and simple 7 steps you can avoid relationship arguments. Step 1. Be quiet. During the heat of the moment it is the best solution to shut your mouth. If your partner insists you to talk, tell him/her that you want to be quiet for a few minutes. Step 2. Focus on breathing. Gently breathe in and breathe out, closing your mouth. You can also count numbers in your mind just to divert your anger. Step 3. Show your concern for your partner and for you. Be less judgmental and gain more perspective. Be aware of your anger, feelings and any spontaneous urges to dribble. Through self-compassion you can be compassionate toward your partner. Put yourself in your lover's shoes and try to grasp the situation. Compassion is the heart of every relationship. Compassion never means tolerating abuse in any form. Step 4. Accept each other's limitations. The first step towards accepting your partner's limitation is to be aware of your imperfections. Let your brain be aware of intense emotions associated with your imperfections. This will help you control your frustration and anger. Step 5. Ask yourself what you need. Self-questioning is a great way to judge you. Ask in mind what I want. Is my need rational? Am I overreacting? See what will make things worse, gluing to your stand, which you think is right. Or team up with your partner for a better relationship. Step 6. Pick up a response. Make sure whatever your response is, it taps to the core values of compassion, love and admiration. By this you and your partner will feel closer and connected. Better compassion outbursts into creative solutions and you get skyrocketing enthusiasm for everything. Step 7. Practice kindness every day. Apply the above steps before arguments get worse. Let your brain generate neural passageways. Take out a fixed time daily to practice compassion. Imagine happy and cozy moments you spend together. Neutralize your extreme painful emotions with new tools. There is nothing better than not allowing the argument to grow by calmly diffusing it. So, stay connected with your partner and feel lucky to be loved. Dirty tricks. How to flirt. Explanation. Keep these simple tips in mind when you flirt. Occasional flirting is healthy and it boosts your overall personality. The best part is that both of you know that you are flirting and hence there is no fear of commitment, at least in first few dates. For those who are single and their past relationship took a toll on their life, you can take flirting very productively. You never know when you meet your Mr. or Miss. Right via flirting and fall into serious relationship again. Let me warn. If you are dating the same person for more than thrice, maybe you are thinking about that person differently and you may consider taking it to another level. If you are already in a relationship, foremost thing to remember is that take it lightly. Illustrated are 2 types of flirting. Flirting through digital media. Go ahead with a high, hollow approach. Follow talk less listen more policy. The will make the other person feel important. Ask the right detail in the right time. Compliment at the start of conversation like, "You look hot in your snap, I can't believe such a popular guy is actually talking to me." Show some boldness by giving bold compliments and check his/her reaction. Avoid overloading of compliments as the other person will sense that you are exaggerating. End the conversation in such mode which makes him/her crave more from you. Statements like, "I will think of you all day, I had an awesome time chatting with you," etc. Do not get serious in the first few chat sessions. Flirting is an easy process and meant for people to mingle with new people and make friends. Do not put too much pressure to make things perfect. Flirting face to face. Making eye contact is a very crucial. This shows your confidence and smartness. Look into each other's eyes while talking. This makes conversations more meaningful. But observe if your date is feeling comfortable with it or not. Smiling often shows that you are happy to meet the person and also a gesture to attract him/her with your charming smile. Start taking without staring much. This may offend the other person, but if you start taking by asking questions like, "Could you tell me where the trial room is?" If you are in a garment store, bring in interesting topics. Conversing interesting subjects where both of you can share views and have a lovely time is the trick. Certain gestures like rolling your hair, biting lips, tilting toward your date, etc. indicate different meanings. Let him or her guess it. Occasional touching is the cherry on cream. Stroking arms, patting shoulders, placing hand on his/her hand, etc. shows you are enjoying his/her company and gives you full marks on flirting. Do not discuss too personal details. Keep it light, short and simple. Sweetly leave the ending notes and close the deal for the day. Relationships are simple, why make them complex? Never question how viable your partnership is, as your partner is unable to understand what you want. Take small vacations often. Distraction is required from monotonous routine. Do not expect your partner to guess and ask directly what you need. Always bank on sexiness and keep intimacy on front burner. Do not get lazy, never lose patience, don't show rudeness. Do fun stuffs that you like. Licking one nice cream, swimming together, do massage, cook food together. Do not just say sorry, but also see if your sorry is counted or not. When conversations turns into argument, agree to your partner and also understand his/her point. Never cling too tightly. Short fight breaks are good for strong relationship. Reach to conclusion quickly without wandering clueless. If you are in a relationship, there will be ups and downs. Most of the couples face breakups and very few lucky love buds stick to their happy relationship forever. Do not waste precious time in trying to make it happen, which is not going to happen ever. The quicker you get back on the main track, the better your life will be. Therefore, I have presented another chart which shows how easy and quick decisions can be made if you are confused about your relationship. Have a look on this chart and do not give much pressure to your brain and heart. This chart demonstrates an example where the girl has been left by the boy. The situation can be vice versa and the solution is very much same. Without too much brainstorming, let rain shower quickly. Have the guts and ask what the matter is. If he or she is ready to sort out, you can start the second innings of your love life. But, if he or she is not willing to talk about it at all and continues to behave like this, probably you should take the initiative and break up. Friends can be of great help since they will give you genuine suggestions. See what goes well with your situation and apply it. Although, I believe if the other person is determined to break up, he/she will do it anyway. But, if his/her weird behavior is to make you notice it, then sit together and find a way out. Many times your partner does not say the truth or can't leave you simply because he/she is scared that his/her action may lead you to do something drastic like suicide, leaving a suicide note, accusing him or her. Your partner does not want to end up going to jail by ending up the relationship. Thus, they remain unhappy with you, cheat, run away from you, does not talk and makes you unhappy as well. Getting over with such a relationship is far better than tagged as single. Mix up with friends who are single. Ask how they are leading life, how they are happy alone, and practice those advices in life. Bonus chapter from the book How to Make a Man Fall in Love with You. http://www.amazon.com/howmakemen4lovebook/dp/booi2fhhg0. What makes a man fall in love? This is the question of everyone reading this book. What is it that makes a man fall in love? As mentioned before, there is no one formula for every single man on the planet. Otherwise, there would be no single men or women, right? For some men, it is simply timing. There are men who are ready for a relationship and commitment. Other men are looking for specific qualities in a woman and will not fall in love until they meet someone that has all of those criteria, whether or not he realizes that he has these conditions. Yet, some men rely on a certain basic chemistry. Why will a man fall in love with one woman over another? A man must be captivated by the total package of a woman in order to truly fall in love with her. This includes the woman's brain, personality, body, smell, allure, etc. The man must truly feel that he simply cannot go on without her, and that she has to be a part of his future no matter what. Ultimately, men and women are looking for the same thing in a relationship. A man must feel like he can make a woman happy if he is going to fall in love with her. Both men and women want a connection that includes attraction and passion. Men want a woman who smiles and will bond with someone who they think they can make happy. One of the things a woman should do is focus less on how to make the man happy, and concentrate more on how he makes her happy. Making a woman smile is one of the basic fundamental needs of males. Men tend to have a superhero complex. A man will fall in love with a woman that makes him feel like he could be her superhero. Men want to feel appreciated, accepted, and understood. Men want to protect the women in their lives and they need a woman that will allow them to play this superhero role. If a man thinks that he can offer his protection, take care of you, and make you happy, he is going to fall in love with you. As a woman, you have to understand that a man is more likely to fall in love with you if you provide him with the signals that you are looking for, and ready for, a love that can last. There are many important cues that you can give to relay this to a man. You need to show him who you really are, and be self-confident. Respect for both parties is important when it comes to showing a man that you are truly ready for love. A man wants to know that you think he is worthy of your love, and he also wants you to know that you deserve his love in return. Men fall in love with women who are receptive, open, and ready for their love. Most men are looking for the total package. This may sound a bit harsh and is not completely sexy, but a man will fall in love when he has feelings for a woman that reach a critical point. The man will spend time with her and see that she is loyal, affectionate, loving, kind, sexy, fun, and positive. One day it will just hit him that he is in love with her. A man does not know the reasons why, but his heart and mind have looked at this woman in a new and more in-depth way, and he knows that she truly loves him. Simply being yourself is the best way to nurture your relationship in a way that leads to love. Another important consideration for most men is that the woman will fit neatly into his life without disrupting it too much. A man may ogle over a woman who is extremely high maintenance, but this woman is not the one he wants to marry. Women who are willing to try new things are more attractive. If he suggests a type of food that he likes, or going to a sporting event for a team he likes, go with him. Show an interest in things he enjoys. This does not mean that you have to like or pretend to like everything that he does, but you should, at least, be willing to try some of the things he enjoys. Remember, like attracts like. Compatibility, attraction, and the magic spark are all necessary to make a man think that you were made just for him. When it comes to emotions, there is nothing more mysterious than love. Most people cannot explain why they love another person, they just do, and it just is. At the core of love is the desire to be happy. Most relationships are sparked by a physical attraction, but this physical attraction is not enough to make it last. Love is, then, built from the initial physical attraction by a mutual connection that leaves a man feeling attractive, energized, loved, and purposeful. These feelings will lead to a happy and healthy relationship, as opposed to a fling or a relationship that does not go anywhere. For both men and women, there is some work necessary for the relationship to work and last. Conclusion. Falling in love is a beautiful feel and possibilities are endless. So, this time when you have it, preserve it with utmost care and affection. At one point or other we all go through a bad time in relationships that is extremely difficult to deal with. Breaking up is not easy as it means you are left all alone once again. You should take some time to understand the mistakes you made in your now ex-relationship, so that you can learn from them. Learning these mistakes will definitely help you to love again. There are various steps a person must go through to heal his broken heart. Taking time to understand these steps is really important and hence, the focal point of this book. All these tips and tricks might not work for each one of us because everyone is different and one needs to understand what works best for him/her. One last thing. If you enjoyed this book or found it useful, I'd be very grateful if you'd post a short review on Amazon. Your support really does make a difference and I read all the reviews personally so I can get your feedback and make this book even better. If you'd like to leave a review, then all you need to do is click the review link on this book's page.